Good morning, everybody. Both those of you who are in our sanctuary and those of you who are watching from the comforts of your home or maybe even Las Vegas, who knows. Here we are on Palm Sunday, so excited to bring this amazing band. This is Freya Wild and Company. If you were at Many Paths to Peace, you got to experience their debut. They're excited to be having their second gig right here at Columbine Spiritual Center. Let's welcome them.
Early morn, frosty white, rosy the sky, dawning light. Nestled beneath the wintry loam, cozy the seeds in earthy home. Over the forest of voices heard, joyfully rising undeterred, calling the dawn with a single word, all in the blush of springtime. Shimmering fills the sky, and the seeds spring to life. Do you know why the robin sings all of the joy that he can bring? With his song the sun will rise, rustle the sleeping to lift their eyes. Calling the shoots and the greening leaves, calling the flowers to grace the trees, calling in verdant ecstasy, all in the blush of springtime. Shimmering fills the sky, and the forest springs to life. Lay me down in fields of crimson. Lay me down in fields of gold. Let me breathe into this beauty. Let it ripple through my soul, rippling through my soul. Early morning buds anew, jubilant spring breaking through. Lifted in the joyous song, wind in my heart sings along. Out of the wonder of voices heard, joyfully rising undeterred, calling the dawn with a single word, all in the blush of springtime. Shimmering fills the sky, and love springs to life. Rosy-breasted robin true, can you teach me to sing like you?
Yeah. That's Freya Wild and Company. We're excited to hear more from them. But now we say good morning and welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, abundance, and dancing and singing for all. Please stand up and join us as we sing about dancing and singing. Can't you feel it? So simple. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. Same thing. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. Now we dance. Woo! I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. Let's see it. I dance my joy like nobody's watching, right?
My joy.
I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. Let's sing one more time. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. Yeah, you got it. I sing my love. I sing my love. A lot of white people clapping. It's beautiful. Here we go. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love to the world. Woo! All right.
That was fun. That was
How fun is that? And just in honor of Palm Sunday and Holy Week, we knew we had to pull this one out again. Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, day by day, love thee more dearly, day by day, follow thee more nearly, Thank you so much. It's a special time.
4 years ago since we did God's spell.
That's right. Now we're going to slow down our breathing, connect with our center. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are We are holy, Spirit divine. We are holy, come to me. We are holy, feel enough. We are healing me. We are holy, open my heart. We are holy, allow me to see. We are holy, beauty and love. We are holy, lives in me. Now you are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are
Thank you. And thank you. Thank you for being here in this beautiful place or online. We are here. And it's important. We're here because we believe that there's something more than just this. Charles Fillmore, the co-creator of Unity, talked about the 12 powers of God and convinced me, tried to convince you that you have it all already. You don't have to be good. You don't have to beg. The 12 powers of God, the Spirit of God is already in you. And we're here to share it with one another. It's hard to be a human. So we sit fully in our place, taking as much space as you want. Firm in our seats, firm in our belief that this matters. We sit straight so that the path from mind to heart to self is free-flowing. And from that holy place, we open our hearts, hold in there, and hold in prayer those who need it right now. And we probably all need it right now. We hold in our hearts and prayers people whose names are on our lists and in the prayer box. People who are going through tragedy, sickness, war. We hold in our hearts people who are celebrating something now. New love, new job, new babies. We hold in our hearts and in our prayers people who are distressed, disconnected, depressed. We are here for one another, and it makes a difference. Say to yourself or out loud, somebody you know who needs our prayer now. We do this and it matters. We believe, so it is true. The music team will bring us out after a few seconds of silent meditation and prayer.
I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. You are whole. We are whole.
Nestled in slumber, the sweetest of dreams of inherent beauty and gossamer wings, dancing up to the sky. In dreams of flight, blush of amber, of sable and red, the brilliance of sunlight sweeps over my head. I'm reaching out from deep on the inside. In dreams of flight, deep inner stirrings calling me home. Deep inner stirrings calling me home. Now that I remember, now that I remember, let go to beauty, let destiny simply becoming limitless and free, dancing up to the sky. In dreams of flight, in dreams of flight.
I love Palm Sunday. I don't know that I love Palm Sunday per se, but I love the symbolism of Palm Sunday. Chris, we've got a lot going on up here. Maybe Palm Sunday has a lot going on, really. Say it again. It's the voice of God. So maybe I could just sit down now. We're beginning Easter week. And for us, metaphysically, Easter week is the process of bringing our potential forward, bringing ourselves forward as who and what we really are, bringing into manifestation that which we are supposed to bring forth in our lives, that's what we're called to do. It's a powerful week symbolically for claiming our dominion as human beings. And it begins today. And what happens today? Today is the day where we say yes. You know, it's really our fifth basic teaching in Unity, where we say it's not enough just to study metaphysics, to study spirit, to read about it, to contemplate it. At some point, you gotta put it into action. You gotta say yes, and then take some steps towards what it is that is yours to do. We see that in Jesus. He's been out teaching in the countryside. Who knows? You sort of get the impression from the Bible that all of this was predestined. But that's not usually the way it works in our lives. We stumble onto things. We try different things, we're invited into different things, and we come to know where our talents, where our gifts are, where life seems to be leaning towards, or leaning us, the direction. And then Jesus gets the message, the guidance, that it's time to take his message to Jerusalem, and not just any day. He's taking it during high holidays. So all the leaders of the Jewish faith are there, and his message really confronts what Judaism teaches at that time. It was a movement, a religion that was filled with rules for good reason. It was helping people to become socialized. It was a step in consciousness. But what Jesus realized, or what came through Jesus in his own experience, was that the Spirit within us could be trusted to be loving, to act in right action, to be kind, compassionate. That we didn't need all these rules, outer rules, that life was something lived from the inside out. And so his message directly confronted, and when I was in school back in the Unity Seminary, they gave us an article to read that said that in truth, if he had continued just to teach in the countryside, for you see, it was illegal to break the Jewish rules. You could be imprisoned for breaking the rules. So he was actually endangering the people that were coming to follow him, because he wasn't addressing the leadership that was making the rules. So off he goes to Jerusalem. In our own lives, who knows what actually was going on with Jesus? The writers make it sound like, oh, no big deal. And in fact, when we read other people's stories, so often we go, no big deal, until it's happening to us, right? And it's interesting, we say yes to a zillion things. Every day we say yes to things. What are we talking about today? We're talking about those things that challenge the culture you were raised in, challenge the family values, or what you were told you were supposed to be as a kid, or how you've come to relate to the world and to the universe. We're inviting you out of what's safe. And what does that bring up for you? Excitement? For some, maybe. For a lot of it's contraction, right? It feels vulnerable and scary. You know me, I grew up in the Unity Church where they just said, rah, rah, rah. And then I got out there and went, no, no, no. Because no one prepared me for how intense it really is to live a spiritual life. Much easier to zone out and be like the masses. Just do what your ego says is safe, but not nearly as exciting. And so how do we prepare? Well, that then brings us into our last week of the series we've been doing with Brene Brown's The Gifts of Imperfection, and specifically with the 10 guideposts she offers us for living a wholehearted life. A life where we're really embodying who we are as a spiritual being, bringing forth the pure and full potential of who and what we are. This guidepost, as Janice has sort of given us a flavor for, is about cultivating laughter, song, and dance. Really? I mean, isn't this serious business? What the heck can laughter, song, and dance do for us when we're up against all our fears and feeling totally vulnerable? Here's what Brene says. Laughter, song, and dance create emotional and spiritual connection. They remind us of the one thing that truly matters when we're searching for comfort, celebration, inspiration, or healing. We are not alone. Powerful, right? I mean, had you ever thought about that? That laughter, song, and dance are great reminders that we're not alone. There's a cute video that Carolyn sent me that I'd like to have you watch with me now. Can you see what he's pouring into the lack of love, inadequacy, insecurity, stress, loneliness, sickness? Life is hard. It can put out our flame, right? Something powerful about not feeling that we're alone, and yet no matter how many people are around us, no matter how many people are encouraging us, when we're at the edge of our comfort zone, don't we feel alone? I always feel alone when I'm right at the edge of, oh shit, I'm not going to say yes to this. But when we recognize that when we connect with others, it tends to break us out of this constriction. If you really feel into your body, every time that we get frightened by something, there's a constriction that comes up in the body to keep us safe. But with it comes all sorts of beliefs. So if we just take a look at, well, let's, first of all, there's another thing that Brene brings up that I think is really powerful. We think of laughter, song, and dance. You can leave it up. We think of them as being about expressing joy. But she reminds us of this. We yearn to laugh and sing and dance when we feel joy. But we also turn to these forms of expression when we feel lonely, sad, excited, in love, brokenhearted, afraid, ashamed, confident, certain, doubtful, brave, grief, and ecstasy, just to name a few. So you begin to see that there's some universal recognition of the power of these three and that they're connected. So let's just take a quick look at them. If we think about laughter, she's not talking about, when you're having a tough time, go to a comedy club. She's talking, and she's not talking either about that sort of nervous laugh that we can hide behind when we're uncomfortable, when we're feeling deficient or inadequate. She's talking about what she calls a knowing laugh, a laugh that we hear a lot in this room. When Sue or I or anybody who's speaking shares a story, maybe a personal, like when we own up to our own personal experience, and you all go, oh yeah, that's me too. And we start laughing, right? We're not alone. We're having a shared experience. When we look at song, not only do we often come together to sing, but that's not required. I do most of my singing by myself for good reason. When we sing, there can be the vibration in our body that's powerful, but I find that when I really listen to the words, that the words connect me emotionally. They bring up a certain connection with my own experience that I hear, I hear the same sort of challenge in the song that I can be going through, or the same kind of joy that I'm experiencing. We're not alone. And dance, I mentioned that if you really pay attention to your body, any time that you're up against your belief system, there's going to be contraction in your body. And with that comes all of your ego's beliefs. That's why I'm always saying to you, try to reality check what's going on, because the ego brings these beliefs that aren't even tied to reality, but they have us convinced. Well, when we're willing to move, and particularly when I dance, I try to pay attention to my shoulders. I can hold things in my jaw, so, move around, because if we're willing to break the way the body naturally goes into its rigid form, we have an opportunity to create space for spirit, space for the spirit that you are. The spirit that is fresh and alive in the moment and actually never afraid. Always oriented towards what is the potential of this moment. And when we're connected with spirit, do we feel alone? Never. Oh, there might be parts of us that still feel alone, but we're bolstered up. Now, laughter, song, and dance can bring up their own issues, can't they? Like, how many of you were started out as members of the choir last year until you found out, because it was a pandemic, you had to sing your part alone in your house so it could be mashed together into a choir? Did that bring up issues for any of you? Oh yeah, there's lots of hands flying around. I know, I thought, thank God I'm not in the choir. Because when we sing together, we don't think, oh, we're not really out there. That's why I prefer to sing in the car or in the shower. Better in the car, because in the shower, Stuart might still hear me. So here's what Brene says. There are many shame triggers around the vulnerability of laughter, song, and dance. The list includes the fear of being perceived as awkward, goofy, silly, spastic, uncool, out of control, immature, stupid, and foolish. For most of us, this is a pretty scary list. The gremlins are constantly there to make sure that self-expression takes a backseat to self-protection and self-consciousness. And of course, the gremlin is what? It's our judge. It's our inner judge, which can both be outer and inner, but most of the time, outer and inner. I got my hands backwards there. Most of the time for me, it's an inner judge. Oh, the critic, ready to say, stop that. Brene says that studies show that for many people, dancing is like standing in front of a room naked. That's vulnerable, especially at my age. So here's another advantage to developing our relationship, cultivating a relationship with laughter, song, and dance, is that it cultivates our ability, our comfort with being vulnerable. You see, life is inherently vulnerable. And if we're not comfortable with vulnerability, then we're not able to engage fully with life. And so when we're willing to sing at the top of our lungs or join a group of people and laughing, did anyone read the New York Times yesterday where the author was writing about walking into a bar and everyone was spontaneously dancing, drinks in hand, but every single person was moving to the music? How beautiful. How wonderful. When was the last time you danced? That's the right answer. Do you let yourself sing? Do you see if we can lean into those things, we can lean into saying yes? Now, if we go back to Palm Sunday, it was a big celebration that day. People were lining the streets. It was called Jesus' triumphant march to Jerusalem. Were they celebrating that Jesus had said yes to some inner guidance within him? Not according to the narratives. According to the narratives, the people were celebrating because they thought Jesus was going to save them, that he was their Savior. In what way? That he was going to use these powers that he had demonstrated to walk on water, to heal people, that he was going to use it to overthrow the people that were in power, and he was going to become king. He was going to become a benevolent king. Let me assure you, you will never hear that message in a Unity church. You will never hear the message that you are to sit here and wait for someone to rescue you in a true spiritual program. You see, Spirit is you. That your dominion is bringing forth your potential. Is getting what's in the way, what makes you suffer, where you're held back, where you're unhealed, healing that so that the very nature of what and who you are can come forward, because it is naturally freedom. It is naturally the light that we saw in that video as one light lit another. Sure, we can follow leaders. We can align with a leader, but our role is to embody what it is that we want in that new leadership. Notice, and again, we don't know what the authors were trying to show in their narrative, so we don't really know exactly what happened on Palm Sunday. The nearest author is thought to have written 50 years after the fact. That'd be very dangerous if I was doing that. But you get the impression, and it's called Palm Sunday because, while they cut palm fronds and they had their cloaks and they may have been waving them around, but when Jesus came up, there was so much respect for what he had done for these common people that they were laying them down in front of his donkey so that the dust would be kept down. But then you get the impression that they went, well, okay, that's done. Let's go have lunch. Leave him off to deal with Jerusalem on his own. No. Today, we would be falling in behind, filling the streets of Jerusalem with peaceful demonstration of the fact that we're going to follow an inner guide, for example. If you are living your life waiting for the perfect partner that's going to save you, the perfect job that's going to save you, the perfect world conditions that will finally allow you to express yourself, think again. It doesn't work that way. One of my favorite wedding services says, "Be the partner you want to be. be the support that you're looking for the world to give you. It is in there. The only thing that keeps you from recognizing it is our own woundedness, our own limitation. This is the work we can do to free up, to allow Spirit to be Spirit as us. And today is the first day. Today is when we say, okay, I'm willing to start looking at my unforgiveness. I'm willing to start looking at my hatred. I'm willing to start listening to that feeling that my job isn't satisfying, or that something needs to be said here, or something needs to be said there. I'm willing to say yes. And I'm going out dancing tonight because I need some support. I'm feeling frightened by it. In my family, we would have never done that. Or, oh, that's going to be so disappointing to my parents who have been dead for 10 years. And we laugh. That's that knowing laugh. Because it's so true. It's so true. It all sounds so nice in the story. It's a big deal. I've said it. It's so weird to be coming to the end of my tenure here. I have said so many times that God loves us, but not in a way that coddles us. In a way that is constantly inviting us to discover how much potential we really have. We are virtually unlimited in the gifted areas that we have been given. And so the universe continues to invite you to say yes. And it's going to bring up resistances, fears, and vulnerability. But Brene is saying one of the things we can do to support ourselves is to cultivate a relationship with dance and song, with laughter, because they remind us we're not alone in this invitation to bring the uniqueness of who we are forward, and that by cultivating our relationship with that, we get to practice vulnerability today, so that we can be more vulnerable every day. I want to leave you with a quote that Brene brought in from Mark Twain that just seems so perfect. Dance like no one is watching. Sing like no one is listening. Love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Scott. We'd like to invite Freya Wild and company back up. Charlie and Marianne and Juan and James and Pete and Freya. And then they're going to have Zane as their special accompanist today. Thank you.
Your eyes of blue, connection of two. I feel you down to my core, like 1,000 times before. The more we love, the deeper it goes. I wonder, how deep does it go? I wonder, how deep does it go? If all 7 some odd billion of us, if we all fell in love at the same time, love would rise and carry us in its time. Love would rise, love would rise, love would rise and carry us in its time. Love would rise, love would rise. And still I wonder what would happen if I could feel this same love for everyone. And if all 7 some odd billion of us could feel this same fantastic love for everyone. Love would rise and carry us in its time. Love would rise, love would rise, love would rise and carry us in its time. Love would rise, love would rise, love would rise and carry us in its time. Love would rise, love would rise, love would rise and carry us in its time. Love would rise, love would rise. Your eyes of blue, connection of two. I wonder how deep does it go? I wonder how deep does it go?
Freya Wild. Be sure to visit with her out in the lobby afterwards. She's got an email list and cards to share, and you want to know what she's got going on with this great band.
Oh yeah, so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. What a wonderful musical team we have this morning. It was beautiful. Thank you. What a vision to hold as well. 7 billion of us all falling in love at the same time. Beautiful vision to hold. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for a great talk today. Laughter and song and dance and oh my, and now we're going to take a love offering. So let's bring that same consciousness level into our giving. We are so grateful, and we are so gratefully receiving your love offerings and tithes. If you're here in the sanctuary, our ushers will be going around with a basket, and if you are online, there are many ways to give. We thank you very much for your support of this ministry and this beautiful work that we're doing here. So let's say our offertory blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. Amen to that. Before we get into community news, I want to do a shout out for anyone that helped yesterday with our landscaping. Our grounds look beautiful. Is there anyone here that was here yesterday? Anyone? A couple of you. Thank you so much. The mulch looks great. Thank you to Linda Wilkinson to leading that, and our signpost. Did you see our new signpost? All painted. aqua to match our Unity aqua blue, and you can see it when you're driving up. You can see the signpost. It's great. So thank you to Carolyn and Diana who painted those posts. Painted too many P words. Okay, if you're here for the first time or second time, or you're new and would like to meet up with us, Ann Moriarty is our Director of Community Care, and she will be in the lobby. Find her and meet her and chat with her, or me. I would love to meet with you as well after the service. If you're new with us online, thank you for being with us. We appreciate your presence, you adding to this presence of love that we have here in the sanctuary with your presence online. And you can go to our website and register for our email update. It's at the very bottom of our homepage. Just scroll down, it says register for emails, and we'd love to get you on that list. So we've got a little bit of community news. Again, this is Holy Week, and we like to do a Holy Thursday service. We will have the chairs in kind of a big oval, and we're going to be doing this year a hand washing instead of a foot washing. We're going to be doing hand washing, and this is so sweet because we haven't been able to be in person the last 2 Holy Thursdays. So we will be here this year. It will start at 7 o'clock. It's a very quiet service, contemplative, very lot of connection, and we do communion. So we would love to have as many of you that want to join us here for communion, for the hand washing, and we will also have it on our website, on our watch page, if you want to watch online. So plan on joining us Thursday at 7. Love brought me back. Next Sunday is our Easter service. We will be at 10 o'clock, both in the sanctuary and online. We'll have overflow in Fellowship Hall if need be. And we are ready to have a beautiful Easter service with a choir that's been rehearsing. We're so excited to have...
Not virtually.
Not virtually, not a virtual choir. They will be in person, and we are so happy to have our Easter service here in person for all of you. So join us next Sunday at 10, online as well, if you choose. Did we talk about the breakfast? I don't know if there's a separate slide for the breakfast, but there is a brunch after Easter. So if you would like to stay for brunch, the men, my husband Kevin is leading that effort, and they were going to be serving brunch for us after the Sunday service. Please sign up. Please don't wait till the last minute. Please sign up so we know how much food to prepare and how many people plan on joining us for brunch. Dinner and a movie. We are so excited to bring this movie to you. This film won Best People's Choice Award at the Boulder Film Festival. And the movie is called This Is Not Who We Are. We're going to have the filmmaker, Katrina Miller, here, as well as Jaid Atkinson, who was in the film, and they're going to be leading a question and answer session afterwards. We would love to have you join us. We'll have a pasta dinner beforehand, and then the movie here in the sanctuary. So please sign up for this as well. It's April 29th, starts at 6 o'clock. And we're going to have a summer camp this summer for our kids, first time. We're so excited to have this. Yeah. And so Jeannie's leading this effort, and it will be June 20th to the 24th in the mornings for kids ages 5 to 11. So there is a sign-up sheet already on our website, so please sign up your children if you want to be part of this summer camp. It's going to be amazing, a lot of experiential, interactive activities, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So please join us. And then our annual meeting, we have got a lot going on here. We have our annual meeting May 1st at 12 o'clock. That will be also hybrid. It'll be here in the sanctuary as well as on our watch page on our website. Voting members, we encourage you to join us, and you, even if you're not a voting member, you are welcome to attend the meeting. We will have a lunch in between that the youth and family will be, I see them practicing back there. The youth and family will be providing, they're raising money to do a family event. So please help sponsor that and join us for lunch. Save the date. Annual meeting. Scott's retirement party is May 21st. We are starting that. Yeah, Scott's clapping. Yay. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to have margaritas, and of course, and probably laughter and song and dance. And It'll be a great night, so please sign up for that if you want to help out. And then Peace Through Music, June 3rd, so save that date. That'll be outside. Another great activity. So one final thing is that if you are newer or if you're looking for conversation in fellowship, use a white cup. This tells people, hey, I'm open, I'm approachable. I would like to meet you and talk with you, so please use a white cup, and even if you don't fill it, just hold that white cup, and people know to come up and talk to you. And if you don't want to be talked to, use a blue cup.
You're in the wrong place.
But we've got some people that are in the back of the sanctuary ready to come on forward. So come on.
Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King.
It's so great to see our kids up here in the sanctuary with their palms. They're laughing and dancing and singing and being their beautiful selves. Did you want to share anything, Jeannie, at all? No? Hey. So parents, you can sign out your children from here with Jeannie, who's up here. So at the end of the service, we are so glad to have you guys here. And we have a blessing that we like to say to you. Do we have that screen? We don't. Oh,
we know it.
Okay,
We
let's
know
all
this.
bless the kids. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we see the Christ you are. Thank you. Okay, who's our prayer chaplain this morning? Lisa. And Gretchen. Oh, Gretchen. Lisa or Gretchen. One of them will be there. Both of them will be here on either side of the sanctuary. And if you are struggling with laughing or praying or singing or dancing or being self-conscious while you do any of that, you can pray with one of our prayer chaplains and they will help snap you out of that. Or any support you might need. I think that's it. So this morning, instead of the peace song, we are going to sing Hosanna.
Everybody up, yes. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. One more time. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. Sing Hosanna to the King. One more. Sing Hosanna to the King. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is swell.
Love would rise